What I like about wind energy and turbines is they kind of represent a sustainable future.
We do have better solutions, such as wind, have minimal emissions compared to some of the other technologies we've used in the past. This is a much cleaner and more renewable way to produce energy.
My name is Warren Coombs. I'm the lead for the Center of Excellence for Energy. What I like about wind energy and turbines is they kind of represent a sustainable future. So when students look at that, they can see the kind of future of where the province of New Brunswick is going, where their future careers might take them, and it also allows them to really connect their classroom learning to a real world environment.
My name is Jason Parise, and I'm the Director of Development, Wind Lead for SWEB Development. We have 5 turbines here, each of which has a capacity of 3.6 megawatts. So in total we have an 18 megawatt wind energy project. Each turbine has a blade diameter of 126 meters and a hub height of 118 meters. This project in general, over the course of a year, would typically produce enough power for a little over 6,000 homes. So we use virtual data to tell us which particular areas within the province or a jurisdiction might have the most windier areas. From there we look at places that might be far enough away from homes, have low environmental sensitivity, and are far enough away from other factors like wetlands and watercourses and so forth. And then lastly, we look for places that are proximal to the transmission grid, so there's a place to interconnect the project.
Joseph Toma from Woodstock First Nation, and I'm the project coordinator for them. Wisconsin Wind Energy Project, and we had a woman that worked on this project before I come along. Her name was Kathleen Woodman, actually, and so she was the one that kicked off the project. She went to some of the elders from our First Nation, and when the elders said, well, Wisconsin would be a great name because it just means big wind, area of lots of wind or big wind. So yeah, that's how they come up with the name.
My name is Mo Qureshi. I'm the Director of Climate Research and Policy at the Conservation Council of New Brunswick. They are a climate-friendly solution towards our energy issues that we have. We think that it does have kind of a minimal impact, especially compared to some of the other sources of energy. So if you think of fossil fuels that not only require a lot of land as well, but they're extractive, take something from the earth and then burning it to create emissions. This is a much cleaner and more renewable way to produce energy.
With this project, it's able to offset 23,835 tons of CO2 equivalent each year. So over the course of 25 years, it's a very significant offset from our traditional electrical generation sources.
This project has impacted our community in a very positive way. We built houses. We have scholarships, 2 scholarships that we give out every year for students to apply for.
Some of the main land use that you would see here is ATV trails, snowmobile trail use in the winter, just recreational driving in the area, hunting. We're always looking for potential for negative impacts on those types of use, as well as the environment, of course. So some of the ways that we mitigate that or address it is we talk to community members to understand what some of those concerns might be and ways that we can mitigate against it. Typically, wherever a wind project is built, and a lot of wind developers like SWEB, we try to use areas that are pre-disturbed. And when I say pre-disturbed, I'm thinking about places where forestry activity might be prominent. So you already have a lot of areas like this where there probably has been some clear cutting for forestry activity, and a lot of roads that are pre-existing. They're built for that practice. So what we're able to do when we build a new site is upgrade those roads so we can improve them. So for one, it makes the area a bit safer. The roads are in better condition, they're better maintained, and we maintain them throughout the 25-year operational period of the project. So anybody who's coming to the area to hunt, fish, use ATV access or snowmobile access is now using an upgraded road that's a bit more safe and efficient.
My name is Nick Derling, the Director of Operations. So turbines have an optimal wind speed that they have to run in. The turbine is able to maintain its rotation in high and low winds by pitching the blades. In low winds, the turbine will actually be trying to position itself towards the wind, looking for the wind, and it will maximize its capability of catching wind by rotating almost like a sail, like you're trying to maximize that surface area that it can. And then when it speeds up, it pitches differently to catch the wind and rotate at a steady state, because you can't have a gust that throws the RPM high and low. You're trying to maintain that speed for optimized generation.
My name's Daniel Hebert, and I'm the Academic Chair of Engineering Technologies at NBCC. When we're looking at creating new programs, certainly one of the key things is looking at industry demand, and particularly the wind industry, which has been growing in New Brunswick over the past few years. We saw it as an opportunity to provide training for students that eventually could be working in that particular industry. We struck a partnership with a company called Up360 to develop original virtual reality technology to help support our learners, not only in the wind and solar program, but other programming that we have at NBCC. And it's going to allow our students to have a different experience as it relates to hands-on learning, so they can go and experience what it's like to climb a wind turbine, see all the components inside, even have the beautiful view from the top of a turbine. We'll still have all of the key hands-on training, but the virtual reality is really exciting because it gives our students an opportunity to experience something that they wouldn't be able to otherwise.
We're seeing taller towers, longer blades to maximize each particular unit's output. These are 3.6 megawatt units. SWEB and other companies are now commissioning turbines that are 5.9 or 7 or 7.2 megawatts. So in a short period of time, we're seeing new units that produce a lot more power with a single location. Fewer towers means less conduit, less roadways, so less construction. So we're able to maximize windier sites with fewer units.
One of the things that the Centers of Excellence for Energy does in terms of student activities and resources would be working a lot with wind energy, because it allows them to work with not just learning about wind energy as a career, but fundamental energy concepts. So when students go and they kind of build their own wind turbines and things like that with just simple DC motors, and they try to get as much energy as possible out of it by measuring voltage, they just jump up and down and they're really excited, and it's almost like a game to them.
We're trying to give nature a voice, and when it comes to energy production, we've seen that a lot of the technologies of the past have caused quite irreparable harm on our natural world and on our environment. So we're trying to advocate and educate people that we do have better solutions, such as wind, that have minimal emissions compared to some of the other technologies we've used in the past.
There's some of our youth now that are getting more involved in the technical side of things, right? They're getting involved in environmental science and engineering and things like that, right? And that's where they can kind of move over into these sort of projects.
If we want to maintain New Brunswick and maintain our natural world as it is, that this is probably the best way forward to keep our emissions down, to keep our planet and our community healthy.